And that was Low with Breaker. And this is Low.
Greetings, everyone.
Hello.
We're joined in the studio tonight by Alan and Mimi from Low, who are in town for this evening.
Playing at the Forum.
Yes. Absolutely beautiful room.
Yeah, it is. We just came from soundcheck, and it's really a completely ideal place to play. And doing soundcheck, it's pretty hard to believe that there's going to be a full house, but I guess it should be fun.
Yeah. Well, look, I've seen many gigs in that place, and usually the sound is quite nice, but it's all about the surrounds in there.
Yeah, it's great atmosphere. Yeah, our sound guy was commenting on how top notch their system was there, and he was very excited about the show. So
excellent,
good place.
Did they tell you not to touch anything? Apparently, before you play, you have to agree not to touch anything there.
Well, they did.
They do have a safety meeting.
Yeah, we had a safety meeting.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, don't touch anything. Don't say anything like this or that. No, honestly, they just showed us where the fire exits are. And
oh, okay.
let us know that.
I thought it'd be.
If there was any trouble from stage, to holler at this guy or that guy, and then take care of things. But no, it's a nice place, and they obviously run it very professionally. But it's very very nice people.
Mm. Well, I spent some time in London, and I missed your shows at the Union Chapel, and I always thought that would be the ideal surrounds.
That is a nice place.
That's one of our favorite places, I think.
So that's the closest we've got in Melbourne, so I hope it'll do.
Oh no, hey, we're not at all.
Oh yeah, no,
it's beautiful.
We're
definitely good enough for us.
Now you're only in the country for one show, is that right?
No, we're actually running down to Sydney and up to Perth here the next few days.
Sydney.
Up, down, whatever.
Yeah.
We're upside down, so. And we just came from New Zealand, which was really nice as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, you're playing as part of the Beck's Festival Bar, and it's
big drinkers, us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, but the only good thing about it is they made the ticket prices nice and cheap for everyone. So hopefully, some people who couldn't.
Good. Yeah, it is. It is surprising how much ticket prices are normally here. So yeah, it's good. It's probably why it's full.
Now, the last time I saw you guys was at the East Brunswick Club when you played the Don't Look Back for Things We Lost in the Fire. Now, I've just got to say, Things We Lost in the Fire that's my album. Every Low fan has their album.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And Things We Lost in the Fire is mine. So I was very happy to see that.
Oh, good. Maybe we should play a song from that.
I can't remember what's on that record.
Let's see, it's Last Snowstorm, is that on there?
I don't.
Yeah, Last Snow. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
go ahead.
Yeah. So, look, I brought in some songs to play as well, but you've got a guitar with you as well, which is.
It's
the craziest thing.
Yeah, we're gonna try to play something here. Plug it in.
Now, the track I played before was "Breaker" from Drums and Guns, and it's got a remarkable video where you're devouring a cake. Now, as you can probably tell by looking at me, I've recreated that video myself, just personally.
Just 2 or 3 times, maybe.
Yeah, 200 or 300, I'd say.
Have you actually tried it? It's really quite a feat to just go absolutely past your limit as far as trying to shove something down your throat. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I wouldn't, I'd recommend people try it once. But the video was sort of Mim's idea, and probably.
Yeah, I made the cake.
You made the cake as well. The key is rice milk. No, it's not normal milk.
Right.
Rice milk.
I'll have to remember that.
Yeah. And then, it's fun.
You can do.
See what you can do. There's actually a couple people have made spoofs of that on YouTube, and they're really funny.
Oh my God! Well, I got a surprise for you. We have a cake in the studio.
All right, let's do it.
But that
Someone start clapping.
That song's a Retribution Gospel Choir song. But.
Yeah. The first record, the Retribution Gospel Choir record, we did a couple Low songs, and that one was like at the time we're sort of, I don't know, the Low version was very far removed from the way we played live, and the Retribution Gospel Choir one is a little bit more of a rock band version. But I like the song, and every once in a while it's fun to try things in different formats, different mixes, and that just kind of was an interesting opportunity.
Well, Retribution Gospel Choir, for those who don't know, is where you actually put your foot on the gas for a bit, because lower and quiet.
Retribution Gospel Choir is louder. It's a different drummer, and it's definitely more of a three guys playing rock and trying to sing well and sweating a lot. But it's fun. Yeah, I think probably a lot of people think, oh, it's so counter to low. Is it some sort of escape or some sort of what's going on there? What are you doing? But I don't know. I have no explanation. I just try to make good music, and there's good people around us that inspire us, and so we do that. But when it's Mim and I, it's definitely a very specific thing. And, she's the sound of low, essentially.
You think so?
Don't
blame that on me.
Yeah,
No.
You're my Fidel Castro in low.
Well, that album was actually recorded by one of my absolute heroes, one of my favourite recording artists, which is Mark Kozlik from
Mark.
Painters.
Yeah, he's somewhat of a friend of ours. I've kind of got to know him over the years, but yeah, same with me. Mim and I were really, what was it, 1990 or 91 or so when that the roller coaster record was definitely a big favorite of ours, and sort of at the same time as we were starting the band. And so he's a good friend. He's got a lot of experience kind of producing, or in the studio, everything from the very quiet stuff like the recent thing he did, and then more rock stuff. But yeah, he's a good friend, and he's an interesting guy to be around. It's really fun.
I have heard that. But I think it might actually, I mean, sorry to talk about Retribution Gospel Choir so much, but I think it harks back to, you started out listening to a lot more punk and 80s hardcore and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, Mim and I grew up in the 80s, and, we had a lot of our friendship, our common music, as our friendship, as we were younger came around records. We were sort of out in this rural community, and she and I were the two that would get the early REM and Husker Du records, and I don't know, it's just sort of always been a part of us. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't really feel like I'm hearkening back to something. I do sometimes as you're playing, I'm in my 40s, so there's definitely times when I feel like, boy, I wish I had a 19-year-old body that could probably take this abuse a little harder. But no, I don't know. To me, it's music, and the songs sort of say what they need to do, and again, it comes down to just being lucky enough to play music with different people that are really good.
Well, I think it comes back as well to, songs don't have to be loud to be heavy,
Right, yeah. We spend a lot of time in low sort of trying to figure out how to make a heavier sound, whether it's live or recording, and if you stick at it, there's some interesting tricks out there that you can pull, and it, I don't know, music is pretty forgiving. I mean, you can put, as long as you're putting your whole soul into it, I think you can sort of stand by just about anything that comes out,
Yeah. Well, now, I don't know, do you find it's important to be loud occasionally, though, just to blow out the cobwebs?
No, not really. Honestly, it really isn't. It really isn't an escape or a yin and yang thing to me. It really has to do with the moment and sort of the energy that's in the room and the people you're playing with. I don't know. I mean, I've actually done a lot more extreme music over the years, but it's, even than that, but it just doesn't necessarily see the light of day. So I don't know. I don't think we're not as Puritan as individuals as far as our philosophy toward quiet minimalism, as people would think. I mean, we started out just with a little bit of a format and some sort of self-imposed rules, if you want to call it that, and through that found our own voice, and I don't know, I find it very freeing to be able to start with something that's very basic and defining, and then sort of the creative processes, playing with that and sort of pushing and pulling that.
Now, you collaborated a little while ago with some darlings of the Australian scene, Dirty Three, for the In the Fish Tank series. How did that come about?
Oh, well, how did that?
Well, there's a label in Holland that just hosts bands from, or at least during that period, they ran a series of having bands come in.
Yeah, the series called In the Fish Tank, and they actually came to us with the idea. I think the Dirty Three,
the label came to us,
did,
and we had just gotten done, I think, recording Things We Lost in the Fire or Trust or something like that, and so we were like, man, the last thing I want to do is go into the studio and try to listen to myself again. So we found out those guys were on tour.
It just kind of worked out.
Yeah, we've toured with them a bunch over the years in the States, and they were good friends. And I guess when this opportunity came up to essentially throw something together in just basically 2 days in this little studio, I don't know, their schedule worked with ours, and we put it together, and with very little pre-planning. I think the only thing I told them was,
little, yeah.
I think the only thing we told them was that I was thinking of doing a cover of Down by the River.
Right. Maybe that was the only thing we planned. Yeah.
Well, that is a standout on that.
On
that release.
It's funny. It's the only, as from what I remember, was sort of the only one we actually had to do 2 or 3 takes on. I think everything else, all the other songs, just really were very natural.
Yeah, very organic.
That's what you get for planning, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing I did want to ask you that many people listening might not know is that you two are partners.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what came first. Was it the harmonies or the romance? Because if you started seeing each other and then all of a sudden found out you could sing like that together, that would be remarkable. But
we've known each other since we were 9.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We grew up in a very small community, same class all the way through school and stuff. So, I don't know what came first. I mean, obviously.
We didn't start the band until after we were married.
Of course.
But we knew. But
so we were 25 or 24.
Yeah, 24, 20. But we had, I don't know, we dabbled a little bit.
Yeah, her family was very musical, and and I guess in a weird way, my family.
Your dad, your dad. It's a drummer.
Yeah, so I mean, we knew each other and sort of had common interests, and I knew she could sing, and I guess when I was younger, I was in a few bands, and at a certain point, I just thought, well, I'd rather be in a band with her, she's a good singer, and she won't. She won't get drunk and miss the show.
That's what your criteria.
That was my criteria. Welcome to the band.
Well,
okay.
Thanks so much for coming in tonight.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
If you don't mind, I'm going to play out one of my favourite songs from Things We Lost in the Fire.
Great.
This is Medicine and Magazines.
Oh, right on. Yeah, that's nice. All right, take care, everybody. Peace.